I'm in salad and I saw Black Phone. It is written and directed by Scott Derrickson. If you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This was requested by a Patreon. If you'd like to fast track the movie review, patreon.com/ASC presents. Time and temperature check. It is 4:45 a.m. It is 50 degrees, 90% humidity. On with the review. We got the case of the grabber. He's known to grab kids in his van using the lure of, hey, I got this cool van over here. You want to see these black balloons? Whoa, you got some black balloons? Yep. And then you just get pushed into the van and then spray paints a bunch of spray paint in your mouth, and that's how you get napped. And then there's this basement that is soundproofed, and also there's this rotary phone that's there, the Black Phone. Hi, you know, like the title of the movie. Wow, that's crazy. So we got that rotary phone. It doesn't ring, right? But throughout the movie, it does ring. Apparently, it's heard from upstairs if it rings too much. But then it makes me wonder, why isn't the guy hearing it ring multiple times? If it takes you multiple times to hear something ring, it's because you're not paying attention to the environment around you to hear its ring initially. Or maybe it's like really faint, but then eventually it's like, okay, so there's something like consistent. Maybe it's like a small hum, like the distant buzzing of a lost phone, and you're like trying to call it, and you hear just like the slightest bzz, bzz, stuff like that. Is that like the phone ringing? Is that like this guy, the kidnapper guy? Oh yeah, so he grabs this kid, and the kid is just chilling, and apparently a bunch of children died there, and also the ghosts of these children, including this kid's friend, they all call him on the phone. They be like, yo, here's a hint on how to help you to get out, and then they do that, and then, oh, here's another thing, here's the next thing you gotta do, and then he does that. And pretty much the conflict is trying not to get caught by the guy. And basically, I like how one of the ghosts explains, yo, this guy, he wants you to be naughty. You haven't played naughty yet, you haven't disobeyed him. If you disobey him, he's going to kill you. So don't disobey him. And then, after being told, hey, you shouldn't disobey him, he's taking so many unnecessary risks and flat out disobeying him, trying to get out of the house using the combination lock and almost getting caught. There's a point where he does get caught, is like tied up. I'm like, ugh. There's also his sister, who is established to be beaten because she keeps talking about her dreams, and her dad's like, those dreams aren't real, and then just starts beating her with the belt. And I'm like, what? Why are you beating her because of some dreams? She keeps getting these dreams, they keep appearing, and she's like, wow, these feel like real, these feel terrifyingly real, right? And this dad's like, stop telling me about them dreams. Like, no, why? Terrible character development, by the way. It just makes me hate the dad, and it's a very shallow depiction of a father. Oh, we just need him to abuse this child so that I don't know. Really, there's not any reason for her to be abused, except for in the final fight, when it comes down to the final kid needing to get beat. He's able to get beat, and he's whipped so much that he's just practically developed a tolerance to getting beat, and that's how he's able to survive. And I'm just like, oh jeez, I just saw this ending from a mile away. Of course, you can't beat dreams out of a person. I don't know what this dad's doing. What an idiot. But anyway, we got the chick, she's still getting the dreams, and they're becoming more vivid, and they're becoming more lifelike, and it's how she's able to connect all the pieces to leading up to where the house is at, is that she gets these clues in her dreams, and then when she gets the clues, she's like, I gotta tell people. And naturally, we got some people that are like, nah, it's not real. But then, like, when she's able to convince the police about this at the very end was so convenient. There's not like a struggle set up. Like, hey, obviously this is insane. You're telling me that you saw this house in your dreams and that your brother's kidnapped in there? No, that's terrible. Unrealistic. You're wasting our time. Good. We'll arrest you actually if you come back and with a story similar to that. She's like, I am. And there's no like connection to these dreams to the brother at all. There's nothing set up that would make it so it would logically be connected. It's just like, oh, she's having those dreams and she's just dreaming of this house, all these clues. She's like, oh, I gotta like find this out, I gotta figure this out. But then she just knows it's about her brother. That's the part I have a grievance with. The first part is fine, it's whatever, but like, she just knows the entire time, this is how I find my brother. It seems a bit superstitious. But the police are just like, yep, we're gonna look into it. No struggle whatsoever. No, this is the moment that finally convinced the police to look into this. Nothing like that. There's a freezer in front of the basement, which prevents them from leaving, and also is able to get into the freezer, but there's like a little lock. You know how freezers are? They have to like turn in order for you to open them, and so that's the situation. I'm like, why did you think that was going to work in the first place? Don't you know how freezers work, kid? You're like 12 years old. You've seen how freezers are. You probably thought it was like one of those pole freezers, but this is old, so I probably didn't know. But anyways, so we got this dog. This dog is like, yo, I'm here, woof woof. And we got the kid, he's gonna throw the steaks right at the dog, so the dog doesn't notice him trying to escape, and there's many escape attempts. This movie is a classic example of not knowing how to end a movie. You got a strong premise. These kids, they get napped, and they get put into a basement, and they either have to try to leave, which they always do, and then end up getting killed, or they have to think it out and be the smart one, and to just have a look, have a chill, have an observe, and study the person that you're looking at. This guy, by the way, major pedo vibes. Creeps me out. I hate it. Why is he doing this? Oh, it's because his father did this to him, and not the killing part, but I don't know what causes a person to kill, but I definitely know what causes the MO. It always has to do with some childhood trauma that's very pivotal in their childhood. It's hard to tell what moment in life will be pivotal to somebody, but pivotal moments are so key, especially in early childhood development. And so we got this guy, he's just like, I'm just gonna kidnap these children, be nice to them, and then they try to leave, and then they give me no choice. I just have to murder them. Just like, you chose to put an axe into your brother's head. Oh yeah, by the way, there's the brother. He's like, oh man, I didn't notice that there's like this kid underneath the house. He's like trying to solve this mystery, and then he's like, something is off and suspicious. He goes downstairs and he finds the kid, but then the freaking guy just puts the axe at the top of the head. There were several moments where I'm watching this where I'm like, is this good? Okay, I'm alright. And then it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of leaning towards this kind of mid, whatever. And then there are moments I'm like, is this movie actually smart? Like, I'm thinking this the entire time. I'm like, but then I don't feel like it knows how to end very well. At the beginning of the movie, he was, I'm slacking, I have no confidence. And at the end of the movie, he's like, yo, I like strangled my guy to death, and and I was able to leave. Nobody saved me. I had to save myself, and so he's got like that confidence of like he's like killed somebody in order to protect himself, and he just sits next to his crush and he's like, yo, I'm Finn. Confidence is key. And I'm like, alright, good lesson. The execution, at times very shaky, other times they're alright, and I felt like there was an even mix of that emotion that conflicting emotion of I don't know if I like this or this is pretty good. It just kept going up and down the entire movie. Overall, it's a solid film. If you haven't seen this one, then check it out. You only need to watch it once, really. Just let me know what you think of it in the comments below. I love to know all of your opinions, and give me movie review request suggestions in the comments below. I have to give this one, it's like a 6.6 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another on the platform. Really like it. If I haven't reviewed on the channel, there's a chance I haven't seen it at all. That's why you gotta get them Patreon requests in at patreon.com/ASMpresents. $20 dinos for one movie review per 1 month. Support the daily grind by going to this link tree right here. And until next time, mint salad saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits. I'm gonna go now.